guys, welcome back in. We're gonna be watching. We're gonna be talking about the four psychological theories. Wait a second, hold on. Welcome to my documentary. We're gonna be talking about the what's it called? The four documentaries. No, the four theories of Seligman. What's his name? Franklin D. Roosevelt. Lazarus, Project Lazarus, and Mr. Walkman. Miss Walkman. Wait, what's that again? Fraud, Mr. Fraud D. Roosevelt. No, wait, I don't say that. Oh, what was it again? Wait, what was it? Oh.
Some channels post content for views, others for fun. But then there are channels like this one. Silent, small, unnoticed. 4 videos, random thumbnails, random titles, and no explanations. At first, I thought it was just another diary vlog, but the more I watched, the more I realized these videos weren't uploaded to be seen. They were uploaded to be found. And every one of them reveals something about a student stuck in a loop, not just in a routine, but in his mind. The first video opens with something we all know too well. The alarm going off before our brain is ready for the day. He lies there, not reacting at first. The room is dim, quiet, and heavy. Then, between two cuts, a glitch, a completely different location flashes on screen. Neon lights, arcade, for barely a second. Almost subliminal. Then we're back to the same morning scene. Him tapping the alarm off, attempting to rise, but collapsing back into the blanket again and again. This isn't just tiredness. This is behaviorism in action. When waking up no longer brings excitement, satisfaction, or reward, the body learns to stop trying. And here's the interesting part. A comment under the video linking to an unlisted upload. The glitch was pointing us somewhere. Now this unlisted video takes us inside the arcade that flashed earlier. From a side angle, he's playing a claw machine. from the floor another machine. Back angle, a basketball arcade game. Him playing alone. Bright lights, sounds, but all of it feels distant. He's surrounded by games designed for fun, yet none of them seem to fill the loneliness. This tells us something about him. He's searching for stimulation because routine drains him. But even in distraction, he's alone. The glitch in the morning wasn't random. It was a fraction of something that seems to be a lot more. The next video returns us to school. A still shot of an empty classroom. Then, his chair, standing out and untouched. Then he walks into the classroom. All of a sudden, yet another glitch. A hidden shot of a to-do list on a desk, unfinished. This is a hint of something deeper. He walks to his seat, sits down quietly. From this angle, we see something written on the whiteboard. Try again. This says a lot. Whether it's just a leftover message by the teacher, it's symbolic of his own internal struggle. This kind of behavior reveals unconscious anxieties about belonging. And like before, another comment lead us to another half of a YouTube link. Someone clearly wanted the viewer to put these pieces together. This video is raw. Different way. He sweeps his room halfway. He opens a book, stares at the page, closes it, turns on the computer instead. His phone shows a have-to-do list. I noticed something. In one of the transitions, something caught the glimpse of my eye. Appeared to be a face of some random man, but doing some fighting. Apparently it's an image of Martin Seligman. In another transition, I noticed something as well. Doing the same thing as before, now shows a picture of something called a PERMA model. I don't think these were an accident. Going with the logic, who this person is, what he's known for, looking at the video on his perspective shows a deeper meaning. Seligman's positive psychology focuses on small wins, moments of progress that build well-being. He isn't failing. He's trying, but inconsistently, and that's still progress. The clues imply the creator knew exactly what he was portraying. The next public video begins with a scene, and from the looks of it, a bazaar. Noise muted. But then switches to a cafeteria. Switches again, we see that he eats alone. No dialogue from him, but you can hear subtle noise in the background. His classmates or others. Student pass by and empty seats in front of him. This kind of silence isn't peaceful. It's isolating. But I notice again that there's another image. In one of the transitions, we see another image of an old man. Researching again, this is who appears to be Sigmund Freud. In another transition, I spot what appears to be a word, psychoanalytic, which from that refers and also relates to Sigmund Freud. We see another word, silence. It's isolating. Sigmund Freud would say that isolation often comes from unconscious fears, rejection, embarrassment, judgment. Now we take a look again at the comment section. We see yet another half of a URL link to a YouTube video. This one hits hard. The whole video is just about him and supposedly his friend messaging. He gets sent the message. Hey man, sorry. I didn't know you wanted to join us earlier. No, it's okay. I guess I should have been more clear. If you want, we can go hang out tomorrow. I genuinely thought you didn't want to go. I'm busy. Alright, if you say so. They offered to hang out tomorrow, but he says that he's busy. From what we have seen, from how his routine goes, this was definitely a lie. This is a classic avoidance. He perceives the situation as something that's stressful. He withdraws from any social interaction regarding the fact that he wanted to go, not knowing what truly lies beneath the emotions and the true feelings of himself and his friend, whether it was just out of pity, inviting him to hang out, or something else. Now, we get to one of the most relatable videos. We get to see him playing on the computer. Next, we see him scrolling endlessly on his phone, which on the app appears to be a TikTok, normally used. His face glows from the screen, with time slipping away. On the next scene, we see him play on something that looks to be a toy keyboard. With two keys, he just keeps on clicking on them. But the way he clicks on them looks suspicious enough. Taking a closer listen, I start to realize what his pattern of clicking the keyboard appears to be. Realizing what this sounds like, it appears to be Morse code. How he does it makes it a little confusing. But if we take into account that a click of one key means one dot, and a click of two keys means one dash, we get this message. It spells so alone. Could this mean this is something? He truly is fully aware of the fact that he is lonely. He is isolating himself. But I noticed something as well. In 3 transitions, taking a closer look, I saw those random words posted on some parts amongst the video. Taking these words and gathering them together, this looks to be just a bunch of random letters and numbers. But if you've been paying attention so far, and how this person leads us to other videos, it's safe to assume that this could be another half of a YouTube URL link, possibly leading to another unlisted video. This next unlisted video is one of the simplest on the surface, but it carries the deepest meaning. We start with a scene of him walking, just him walking, no music, no nothing. Then the camera switches as he passes by it, almost like we're watching him from a distance, but not quite able to catch up. Cars pass by, people move in the background, but he moves alone. Not quickly, not slowly, just steadily. Yet another cryptic message in between transitions. Between one transition and the next, a word flickers for barely a frame. Logos. And in another transition, another word appears. Frankel. I'm not sure what these words mean, but I did some research and put these two words together These clues reference Viktor Frankl and his theory of logotherapy. Frankl believed that people can endure almost anything: loneliness, stress, uncertainty, as long as they can find meaning in their experience. This walk isn't just a walk home, it's a moment where he's alone enough to actually think, to reflect, to understand himself without pressure from school, from friendship, from expectations. Isolation can be painful, but it can also be where meaning is discovered. And in this video, he isn't hiding, he isn't scrolling or distracting himself. He's confronting the world at his own pace. This is the quietest video in the entire series, but in its silence, it says the most. Going back to the last video, I noticed in the comments he sent another half of a URL link to a YouTube video. Inputting it into the URL, it leads us to another video of him, but this time from a different channel. Let's take a closer look. Homework. A desk with his notebook and book he doesn't touch. He looks at his phone, then back at the book. Checks his phone again. But this time, he takes it. He spins the chair around facing away from his assignments, showing that he does not want to deal with any responsibilities he has at the moment. Then a close-up shot of the book and the notebook, left open but not dealt with. Yet again, I noticed something in between transitions. I saw a picture of another person. Putting this into Google Images, I found that it was a person named Richard Lazarus. Going back into the video, I saw another person in the transition and found out that it was a woman named Susan Folkman. Richard Lazarus and Susan Folkman. These are direct references to their cognitive appraisal theory. The message here is clear. He's not lazy. His mind appraises the task as overwhelming, and in that moment, avoidance becomes the only coping mechanism that feels safe, regardless whether it's a small amount of task or a lot. Going to the comments again, we find this channel posts the same thing as the last one, half of a YouTube URL link. Putting this into the link, we find ourselves in another unlisted video. This video is different from all the others. He makes his bed. Messages someone, and this time he doesn't delete it or overthink. He laughs, just once, but it matters. he finishes homework. He goes to bed. Although scrolling again on his phone, he doesn't do it endlessly, hours upon end. He actually puts it away at the right time and goes to bed. Although, as obvious as it was, we saw another message hidden in the transitions. Break the loop. This time, it isn't anything cryptic at all. It isn't a mystery, it isn't something that leads to another video, or something hidden between his emotions. It is progress. We see that he's making progress, and in this video, for the first time, the loop actually breaks. Now that every clip has been revealed, both the public and the hidden ones, the entire picture becomes clear. This wasn't just a channel posting random moments of a student's life. It was a record of someone quietly trying to understand himself piece by piece. The mornings showed exhaustion, the classroom showed isolation, the lunches showed silence, the scrolling showed escape, the homework showed overwhelm, the arcade showed loneliness disguised as distraction, the messages showed fear, and the walking, that showed meaning. Every glitch, every clue, every frame that flickered for 1 second, it wasn't meant to confuse us. It was meant to reveal something he couldn't say directly. The unlisted videos weren't hidden to be clever. They were hidden because real emotions often are. The parts of him he posted publicly are the part everyone sees. But the unlisted videos? Those are the parts he only shows when someone looks closely enough. Freud pointed to the fears beneath our behavior. Seligman highlighted the small moments of growth. Frankl reminded us that meaning exists even in loneliness. Lazarus and Folkman taught us how stress shapes our choices. All of these theories appear not as academic concepts, but as reflections of one student's reality. Most people will look at these moments and call them laziness, or lack of motivation, or being antisocial. But when you follow the videos in the order they were meant to be seen, when you trace the clues, watch the pattern, feel the silence, you understand the truth. He wasn't choosing the loop was choosing him. And what makes the final video so important, because it doesn't show a dramatic transformation. No big speech, no sudden success, no new year, new me moment. It shows something much harder. A small shift, a tiny crack in the cycle, a bet being made, a message being sent, a book finally opened, a laugh that feels real. These changes don't break the loop instantly, but they weaken it. They prove that even the smallest action carries power. And maybe that's the meaning behind the entire channel. Not that life is a puzzle to solve, not that we need to decipher clues to fix something broken, but that every person has hidden parts, pieces of themselves that only appear when someone cares enough to look. So if these videos teach us anything, it's that progress isn't loud, healing isn't obvious. And breaking a loop doesn't start with a big decision. It starts with noticing the pattern and choosing, even once, to step outside it. This wasn't a mystery about secrets. It was a story about a student stuck in routines, weighed down by expectations, lost in silence, searching for meaning. And in the end, he found just enough to begin again. The screen didn't trap him. It reflected him until he was ready to see himself clearly. And that is where the loop ends.